3-year-old impacting their brain cells with meth and marijuana at this point in time? I mean, it's a no-go for the court. Or doing drugs in the car. There's drugs in the car. Then Lumpkins, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. You understand that the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication. If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering into this plea bargain agreement, you will be deported, denied re-entry and naturalization. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
The offense is charged. How do you plead?
No contest.
State any evidence?
Paper for state 1 and attachments.
Thank you. State you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just a couple things, obviously, that the court follow the agreement. I don't believe Ms. Lumpkins has any history prior to this. She does have a minor dependent, Judge. I know that there's a fine, and I should have mentioned this earlier. She's not employed. She does care for the 3-year-old dependent. You could perhaps help her with her fine. And she took a parenting class already while in custody. Just wanted to make you aware of that.
All right. So you have a 3-year-old dependent?
Yes, ma'am. But I signed over my temporary rights to my mother, so I'm not necessarily.
Okay. And I'm assuming Child Protective Services is involved?
They were involved, but they closed the case as soon as I signed over the rest of my mother.
All right. So I'm telling you all, what's the child's name?
Roman Lumpkins, RHOMENLUMPKINS. And his middle name is Connor, CONNER.
So it's Roman Connor Lumpkins?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So it appears to the court that the only reason why Child Protective Services is not in her life is because she signed over rights to her mom.
Yes.
So I'm not going to do this thing where you signed over your rights to your mom and then you go back and say, let me take my child back. Oh, well, I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen with conditions. So when's the last time you had employment?
The last time I had employment was about 6 months before I got incarcerated. I was donating plasma to help keeping my benefits and as well as giving my son clothes and shoes that he needs.
All right. What benefits?
EBT and Medicaid for him.
All right. So then you didn't have employment. What was your employment?
I let them know that I was just donating plasma and I would get $60 to $75.
Okay. Technically that's not employment. So when's the last time?
6 months before I got incarcerated.
Doing what?
I was working at Babes Old Fashions restaurant.
Okay. I always see that restaurant. I've never gone in and tried it because usually I'm passing by.
Kids eat free.
Yes, they do.
Oh, so you've been. Okay.
Yes.
Well, let me bring out my pigtails. Going to school.
I only went to 10th grade.
All right. Why?
I was never really involved with school. I was always just running around doing a little hoodlum. Instead of doing education, I was just running them off.
So what are your plans? Because you have a child.
My plan is to get a GED and show him that his mom can turn around her mistakes and better herself.
All right. So you're going to have to reside somewhere other than your mom's.
I don't have anywhere else.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not, at this point in time, I can't trust you with your child at this point in time. I mean, it's a no-go for the court. This is what the court is going to do. There's $1,000 fine that will be probated. Court will sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication. There's to be 100 hours of community service restitution. Ms. Abrams, the parenting classes at the jail is not going to count towards her parenting classes. Once parenting classes are completed, 50 hours will be deemed satisfied. The other 50 hours will be deemed satisfied if she obtains her GED. if for some reason you're unable to obtain your GED, then you're going to have to do those 50 hours. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular random UAs. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. There's to be no residing in a household with minors. There's to be no contact with Xiomara Perales, course, take into consideration 2025 PF 25148, 2025 AL 006849. The following will be done in custody. There should be a referral to felony drug court and a TAP evaluation. If not accepted in felony drug court, then follow TAP recommendations and field visits one time per month until further notice, or that can change if she's accepted in felony drug court, because they will do their own field visits.
Check.
I'm sorry, what?
How many months for field visits?
Until further notice.
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Abrams, is there anything else? Thank you. There's to be proof of employment within 45 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And what I can tell you, because you don't have custody of your child is not with you, so those benefits should stop for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you read the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because it's plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. We can go off the record. Here's the thing. That 3-year-old can't even fend for themselves. That 3-year-old is 100% dependent upon you. And what did you do? You drove in a vehicle that was stolen with this Perales person. And then not only that, you all are doing drugs in the car. There's drugs in the car. And let me just tell you, meth stinks to high heaven. We had a case in this courtroom where someone brought in meth, and it took us forever to get that sent out of the courtroom. And you driving around with a 3-year-old, impacting their brain cells with meth and marijuana in the car.
In my defense, she didn't let me know that the car was stolen.
Here's the thing, there's no defense. There's no defense to driving around in a vehicle. And let's say you didn't know it was stolen. You had meth in your bag. She's driving away with drugs. You can't tell me that you don't know the people you hang around with. How long had you known her?
I don't know, for 8 years.
All right, so you've known her for 8 years. So number one, you know what type of person she is. You've known her for 8 years. And if you were to tell me it was a complete stranger, then I would be asking you, why are you getting in a vehicle with a complete stranger when you have a 3-year-old? If you want to put your life at risk, then go for it. But you're putting that child's life at risk by doing that. And signing over your rights to your mom, I already know that's the easy way out. And what ends up happening, people are in CPS court, and you know what they do? They sign their rights over to a relative. CPS gets out of their life, and then guess what they do? They go back to that relative, and then they have that child again. Not in this court. Good luck to you. Oh, do you want a jury trial? Improperly. You were going against traffic, which means other people could have been injured. In the vehicle, you had an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old. I advised her that I would have a female officer to make the location, and she walked away to a tree and started to urinate. After she finished urinating, I completed the interview. She had bloodshot, glassy eyes, slurred speech, and was unsteady on her feet by consuming alcohol, and also denied that she first admitted to consuming alcohol. She did not know what time it was. Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of driving while intoxicated first as a Class B misdemeanor? The range of punishment is up to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine. Did you understand? All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing? Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
With respect to the recommendations by the EA with the 2-year license suspension, my client cleans houses for a living. He needs to be able to drive. He does take children to school, children in school activities and so forth. So I'm asking the court for some leniency on the.
Oh, no, her license is going to be suspended. Did you read this police report?
Yeah, I don't think.
Oh, do you want a jury trial? Because let me just tell you what I read in this police report.
I know. I've read
Now, let me tell you what it is, because I don't think you have internalized what's in this police report. So you had your children with you. And according to this, you were pulled over because you were driving against traffic. So that means that you were driving improperly. You were going against traffic, which means other people could have been injured. In the vehicle, you had an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old. And it says, when I arrived on location, AP, that's you, was standing on the sidewalk, unhandcuffed. I had her walk to the front of my patrol car. She said she did not know why she was stopped, but supposedly she was going against traffic. AP then admitted to consuming 2 drinks at Ingram Park Mall at a bar, but did not know the name of the bar. She started drinking at 8 p.m. and stopped at 9 p.m. AP later denied consuming any alcohol and also denied that she first admitted to consuming alcohol. She did not know what time it was. She said she was not driving. She was shopping last date at 3 p.m. And is not under a doctor's care and has no prescribed medications. During the interview, she said she needed to use the bathroom. So I advised her that I would have a female officer to make the location, and she walked away to a tree and started to urinate. After she finished urinating, I completed the interview. She had bloodshot, glassy eyes, slurred speech, and was unsteady on her feet. The odor of alcohol was also getting stronger as she kept talking. They did the HGN. You failed the HGN. So I am not sympathetic to her with the driver's license suspension. Her license is going to be suspended. Do you realize you could have killed your children and other people?
Yes.
But do you understand that?
I haven't drank since. Yes, I very understand.
When's the last time you had alcohol?
That day.
All right. When you drug tested today, what are the results going to be for everything?
For everything.
All right. Probation, I'm going to want a drug test on Miss Ledesma. And I'm going to also want it for alcohol if you're able to do it for alcohol as well. Are you employed? You're cleaning houses?
Yes.
All right. And how often do you do that?
Almost every day.
Do you work with the company or no?
No, on my side.
So how are you paid?
Oh, I fight with my customers.
I mean, is it payment by check, cash?
Oh, Zelle, cash sometimes.
Okay.
She works for an attorney friend of mine that's representing.
Okay.
Work for.
All right, you're whispering so the court reporter can't hear.
Say, she does work for various people and she gets paid cash or check. And she cleans houses for other attorneys that I know that I got involved.
Were you able to hear him? Okay. All right, the court is finding you guilty. The court is going to sentence you to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail, suspended and probated for 2 years. There's a $2,000 fine that will be probated. Do you know the restitution amount for the labs?
It's usually $60, Judge. I'm not sure if it is in this case.
All right, restitution for lab testing, if any. I'm going to want a TAP evaluation. Follow recommendations of TAP. If they say outpatient treatment, then I'm going to want intensive outpatient treatment. I'm going to want 90 sober meetings in 90 days. Proof of employment within 30 days. There should be no employment as a home health care provider with minors
And we want to get her started off on the right foot. That's why we're only requesting it within the first 60 days. Ignition interlock, we're requesting for half the term of probation, which would obviously be longer than that. So we want to keep her monitoring, and I believe it may be required by statute.
No, I mean, the ignition interlock, yes, but I mean, ignition interlock in Scram is going to be very expensive.
That's good, please.
You're going to have ignition interlock on every vehicle that you have access to. And when I say have access to, if it's parked at your house, if it's owned by your husband or whoever lives at your home, ignition interlock is going to be on there. And that's going to be ignition interlock for the full term. 2-year Texas driver's license suspension. And I'm going to want regular UAs, field visits, 1 time per month. And please tell probation, check her home for alcoholic beverages. When you're on probation, you're not allowed to drink alcohol at all, even in your own home. You understand? And there's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Probation, is there anything else? Anything else you need from the court? Good luck to you. We can go off the record. Here's the thing. I haven't done any statistics. My statistics professor would be very upset with me for this. But what I've learned is people who drive intoxicated, if there's an accident, you know who ends up dying? Passengers in the vehicle, other people who are just going about their business. Probably your children could have been killed that day. And then if they would have been killed that day, you would be in court boo-hooing and crying about my children are dead. So, yes. So you shouldn't have started. All right, probation will go over conditions with you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes.
In this courtroom hearing, the court reviewed a negotiated resolution and confirmed that the participant understood the agreement, legal rights, and all required documents. The judge ensured that the participant had discussed the matter with legal counsel and was entering the agreement knowingly and voluntarily. The court then reviewed information contained in official records and emphasized the importance of responsible decision-making, public safety, and accountability. The judge highlighted concerns regarding the welfare of family members and the broader community, stressing the importance of making better choices in the future. After considering the circumstances, the court approved a supervision plan that included educational programs, community-based requirements, evaluations, monitoring, and regular reporting. Additional conditions were imposed to encourage positive habits and long-term compliance. The hearing concluded with guidance from the judge regarding responsibility, safety, and future conduct. The participant acknowledged the court's instructions and agreed to comply with all conditions moving forward.